Alright, this is my setup 9 out of 9. I know it's been a while. I got called out by Tom Murray to make the 9th setup, so this is it. This is my jig setup. It's probably my least used setup that I had all year, which, 2 years ago I fished a jig a lot. I just didn't do a lot of that this year. It's built on the 2016 St. Croix Legend Elite blank. It's the 7'6", medium heavy, moderate fast, which it's more like most manufacturers fast, but it still has a pretty good moderate taper when you apply a lot of pressure, which I'll show later. The reel I'm using is the Daiwa Zillion SV TW, the 9.1 to 1 ratio. It's only from Japan. I think the US one only goes up to 7.3. I put a 100mm handle on there, which just matches the reel color perfectly. I didn't even try that. It was just the only one that was available at the tackle trap. The 100mm handle does make a difference, between the 90, which is stock, which I moved those to my Daiwa Stees from my Zillions. The line I'm using 14-pound Sunline Shooter, and with the SV spool, it comes out pretty nice. It's read a lot online that it's a really stiff fluorocarbon, and it's really good line, but just kind of unmanageable. Which the SV spool, I've never had any problems with skip jigs and stuff like that under the docks, and it's fine. The grips I have on here, there's some pink carbon grips I got from mudhole.com. They're a little bit more of like a lavender color. They're not quite as pink as was pictured, but they're okay. And I put a thin layer of epoxy on there. I don't know if you can really see that. It kind of makes the colors pop a little bit more, and it's also a little bit smoother. It's not as rough, but you still get some good grip on there. And I just repurposed the guides. These are Fuji Alkanite guides that I repurposed from a Tatula rod that I broke. I still got blood on there from smallmouth this past year. And I'll show you guys the taper, what you can see with that moderate fast. So right here, see, it's kind of like a traditional fast, and that's kind of the hook setting where you're going to hit it. But then once you apply more pressure, I use this as my flipping rod for a little while too. So you kind of see where it shuts off about right here. So you get a lot of power through here still too, which it's okay. It's a pretty versatile blank. 7'6", so it's a little long for most people, but the shortest rods I use are 7 foot, except from my lightest BFS setup, which is 6'1". But other than that, they're all 7 foot plus, and I like longer rods. One thing I would have done differently, I think I would have made the handle a little tiny bit shorter, but it still balances out pretty well. It's not my lightest rod, but I have no reservation setting the hook with this thing. It's a real tough blank. Yeah, I'm hoping to get to use this more this coming year. I know it was kind of on the back burner for deep water fishing because I was using that new crankbait rod I built on the St. Croix Legend glass blank. But yeah, comment below what your jig setup is and kind of what you do. As this is a little bit heavy for where I live, but I use it for a bunch of different stuff. It was originally my flipping rod. And make sure you comment below, subscribe, and like the video. Thanks.